Hello. In December I planted some onion seeds and they have now developed into some quite unruly onion seedlings, and they remind me of teenagers that don't want to get out of bed. So today I'm going to show you what we do with them and how we plant them into some seed trays for the next stage of their development. Okay, so these are the onion seedlings that were planted, the onion seedlings from the seed that was planted back in December. And as you can see, they're starting to get a little tangled, they're starting to look a little bit tired and lethargic. So I'm going to plant them on into a seed tray like this. But before that, I'm going to give them a little trim, a little haircut, a short back and sides, just a trim, just take a little off the top, and then I'm going to remove them from this container and we're going to pop them on. So this is what I will do. Pop them there a moment. Let's get a little tray so we can catch all the clippings and simply trim the tops a little, just like this. Nothing too severe, just to tidy them up a bit and get them going again, just like that. And the thing to remember with onion seedlings is they are very, very fragile, so you have to handle them with care. Let's put them to one side. Let's fill a seed tray with some compost. Again, this compost, it's just a mixture of my own compost, which is compost that has come out of my hot bin, mixed with some commercially bought compost. It's not overly rich because you don't want it too rich. At this stage of a young seedling, you just want enough there to keep them fed and happy whilst they grow on for a while. There, so let's just put that to one side. Let's tip these out of here very carefully. We'll tip them out. Look at those lovely roots in there. Let's put them there. Let's slowly break them out, say. If you look at one of them, we gently tease it from the others. Although it looks quite lazy at the top, there's been quite a bit going on underneath. It's been busy beavering away, growing some roots. And we're going to pop these into these cells. And I'll show you how I do it. I simply make a hole like that. I take the seedling and I drop the roots carefully into the hole in the compost, taking care to get those roots in, and then I'll gently tease the compost around it. I won't put too much pressure on that to compact the soil. I will do that when I water it. And the soil will slowly seep down and surround the roots, and hopefully in a few days they'll be quite happy and start growing away. I'm going to do a few more here just to show you what I do. And again, remember, what I do and the way I do it is not necessarily the right way, and it's not necessarily the only way. It's just my way. So again, lots of roots have been growing below the ground, below the compost. Let's gently tease it in like that. Get all those roots in. Try not to break them, they're very fragile. Just gently position it in there. And then give it a good watering. As usual, it's just a water bottle with some holes pierced in the top. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, faff free. So we should do one more. There we go, that has a lovely big root system on it. I think I probably should have done this a few days ago, as they are getting quite long roots on these, and they may well have been struggling in that small green container that I planted them in. That may well be why they're looking a bit lethargic. There's a little bit of one there. I'm simply going to snip that away. There we go. A little bit of water. And I shall do this with all of these, and in a while we'll talk some more. They're all sown. There we go. They've all been gently placed into a hole, watered in. The soil has slumped. It will now be around those roots, and hopefully in a few days these young seedlings will start to liven up a bit, shall we say. But we'll keep an eye on them and see what happens. As ever, remember to label what they are, as is the case with any seeds and seedlings. So as I've got two different varieties here, I've labelled them individually. We'll pop them to one side and we'll watch what happens over a few days. Interesting onion fact. Did you know that when we peel onions, it makes us cry? The reason for this is that the sulfuric acid released by the onion mixes with the moisture in our eyes and causes tears. One way to combat this is to peel onions underwater. I don't mean put on a wetsuit and go down to the bottom of the ocean. I mean run the tap and peel the onion under the running tap. Now, like most vegetables, onions have their own pests to contend with. The onion fly, the allium leaf miner, to name a couple. And the allium leaf miner has been on my allotment before. And what the allium leaf miner fly does is it pierces the foliage of the onion and leaves a little telltale line, and then it lays the eggs, and these little things creep down into the bulb of the onion, and you can frequently see them. They're like a little brown chrysalis of a caterpillar, and it causes damage to the onion. It doesn't make them necessarily completely inedible, but they're not as nice, are they, if you've got a little chrysalis sitting there looking at you whilst you're taking a bite of some onions. And one way to deal with this is to use mesh. I don't mean the mesh you would use on brassicas, I mean the fine mesh covering your onions. This does a really good job of keeping the allium leaf miner and onion root flies and other creepy crawly beasties that want to eat all your vegetables. So I'd suggest getting yourself some and using it. Otherwise you may find your crop completely devastated. And I've got some of these clippings. I gave a haircut to the onions. Oh, they're lovely. You can see why the pests like attacking these onions. If we pop them in just right, it'll be okay. We can mix them up, we don't mind, do we?
Nah.
As long as we put one in each one, that'll be good.